Hey there, this is Seth Williams from the RE Tipster blog, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a quick review of the Nest Cam Outdoor. Now, chances are you've probably heard of the company Nest, but if you're not familiar with these guys, this is an outfit that has brought some really cool new innovations to the market just in the past few years. Things like smart thermostats, home security cameras, both indoor and outdoor, smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, and a lot of other third-party products. And what's really cool is that they can all be controlled remotely from an app on your phone. And because your phone has the ability to track where your location is at any given time, the system knows when you're at home and when you're away. And this can come in handy, especially when we're talking about outdoor security cameras like the Nest Cam. For your own peace of mind, it's really nice to always be able to see what's going on and even get recordings and notifications of what's going on, specifically when you're not at home. So the first thing we'll start with is the packaging. This camera comes in a very nice, clean looking box. Kind of reminded me of the experience of opening up an Apple product. After I opened this thing up, it was by far the most beautiful piece of trash that I threw into my garbage that week. So if you're someone who geeks out about packaging, I think you're gonna like this. When it comes to the installation, this thing was pretty darn easy to install, even for a completely helpless and incompetent handyman like myself. I know sometimes even the thought of having to install anything is kind of intimidating for some people, but I'm telling you, if you're even willing to try, Nest has made it really easy to do this. And even if you don't want to do it, Nest has also made it really easy to find a local handyman through their website to come and install this thing for you. So if you really don't want to touch it, it is possible to get this thing up and running without you lifting a finger. Once I got my Nest Cam installed, my first impression was that I thought it looked pretty cool. Judging by how small today's cell phone cameras are, I kind of thought it could stand to be a little bit smaller, but that's a pretty small gripe. I know this thing has been out for a while now at the time of this recording, so it's almost not even worth mentioning. The camera itself has a really nice wide field of view, which is exactly what you want in a camera like this. I could see about 80% of my backyard the second I put it up, which was pretty impressive. The Nest Cam Outdoor is built to handle just about any weather that you're going to encounter, which makes good sense for an outdoor camera like this. It's got a very clear 1080 HD image with really good night vision as well. I actually know one person who uses this exact camera as a baby monitor for their child because the night vision works so well and they can use it with their phone, which is really convenient. When you pair this thing with the Nest app on your phone, it has a really cool notification feature where it will vibrate or ding on your phone if and when it detects any motion. You can also set your preferences so that it notifies you only when it detects a person, not just any motion. And it even has face recognition, so if you're waiting for a specific person to show up at your front door, it even has the capability of letting you know that. So that's pretty impressive. It's kind of funny, the first night after I set this thing up, there was a notification that came through at 2 in the morning of a little critter in our backyard. And I actually didn't even hear the notification, so I just saw the recording of it through Nest Aware when I got up. Nest Aware is another optional service you can use with the Nest Cam. It's currently $10 a month for a basic plan, or you can pay for that annually for $100 a year. And that's for one camera. For every additional camera you add to your system, it's either an additional $5 a month or $50 a year if you pay annually for that. And basically what Nest Aware does is it will record the video footage from your cameras for up to 10 days. So say if something happens and you weren't there to see it at the moment it actually happened, you can see a recording, and it makes it very easy to pinpoint when the action happened, and you can even save the video clips to your phone if you want. So if you want to monitor what's going on, but you don't want to sit there staring at your phone 24 hours a day, Nest Aware is the way to make that happen. Another really cool thing about this camera is that it's got some pretty cool audio capabilities. The thing has a microphone and a speaker on it, so you can hear whatever is going on around the camera, and you can even talk to people through it through the Nest app on your phone. I can't say I've used this feature a lot, and I don't know if I'm going to, but if the need ever arises, it's kind of cool that you can use it for that if you want to. One other thing I discovered when I was shopping for my Nest Cam was apparently there's a third-party company that makes these skins that you can put over your Nest Cam. So say, for example, if you don't like the white look of the camera against the background of your house, say if your house is like a really dark color or just any color that isn't white and you don't want it to have contrast like that and stick out like a sore thumb against the side of the building, these skins make it pretty easy to sort of disguise the camera. It's obviously not going to disappear, but it's definitely going to pop out less than if you just left that white camera on a dark color background. So I actually picked one up just to see what it looked like and to show you in this video. And as you can see, me, it looks pretty good. It's kind of subtle in my case because the side of my house is sort of a beige color, which isn't a huge contrast from the camera itself, but kind of gives you an idea for how it can change the aesthetic look of the camera. So being a real estate investor who also owns some rental properties, another question that just came to mind for me was, does it ever make sense to purchase this kind of thing and install it at the rentals that I own? Well, I think there's a few things just to keep in mind if you ever want to go there. I'd say first of all, these cameras do have to be within range of a Wi-Fi signal. So if you've got tenants who are constantly going to be coming and going and changing that Wi-Fi signal, then it probably doesn't even make sense. I wouldn't even think about it. However, if you've got a property with some common areas, say like a parking lot or an entrance or a lobby or something like that, and if you actually control that Wi-Fi signal, then yes, this could totally work for that, and it could be a pretty good way just to keep an eye on the premises and make sure nothing fishy is going on. I'd also keep in mind that as a landlord, you don't want to invade your tenant's privacy in any way. So if you were going to put this on one of your properties, you'd only want to put it in a place that's already sort of a public area and doesn't encroach on their private space. And then also, just personally, I would only buy this kind of thing for my rentals if I had a valid ongoing concern that warrants the extra money and trouble for this kind of thing. Say if I was like an out-of-state landlord and there was no easy way for me to get to my property and see it, this could be one solution to just sort of help you keep an eye on the place when you're not there. For the most part, I gotta say the Nest has been just an absolute joy to open, install, and use. And if I had to think of any complaints, the only thing I could think of would be probably the ongoing cost of Nest Aware. And believe me, I totally get why it costs money. And it's not even a bad deal for the service considering what it can do. But it also kind of gave me one of those moments where the camera seems so cool, but then when I realized there's an ongoing cost, it was kind of a bummer. Something else I didn't really like about the installation process was having to drill holes into the vinyl siding of my house. I kind of wish there was a less permanent way to affix the mounting plate to the exterior walls. Even if there was an option to use like a semi-permanent sticker, that kind of would have been preferable to having to actually drill holes through the siding of my house. Another thing that kind of bugs me about this type of product, and it's just the nature of using electronics like this, is that I can virtually guarantee you that one day, probably not long from now, it's going to be replaced by a newer version that is going to render this one not necessarily obsolete, but it's going to seem a lot less cool than the new thing. And granted, I think this camera is still going to be an awesome piece of equipment that I'm going to use a lot, especially because I work in the basement of my house all day, and if somebody happens to be at the front door, this gives me a really good way to, first of all, be notified that somebody's at the door and also see who it is without having to get up, walk upstairs, and walk to the other side of my house just to answer the door. This kind of camera makes that kind of thing really easy. And I can also say I was actually on vacation with my family this past week, and while we were on our week-long trip more than 2 hours away from where we lived, I was able to see at any point in time what was going on at our house and if we had packages on the door and if anybody had shown up while we're gone. And it was just kind of cool to be able to do that so easily just with the phone in my pocket. And that's something that just wasn't possible a decade ago. So I think this is really cool technology. It's awesome to see the kind of innovations that continue to come to the market. This is not a sponsored or paid endorsement of the Nest Cam. Nest has no idea that I'm making this video. I just thought it was a pretty cool product that I've been using lately, and I wanted to let you guys know about it. If you have any desire for any kind of home security system, even if it's just to see what's going on when you're not there, I can tell you that I've had a really good experience with this product so far. I've got very, very few complaints, and the ones I do have, as you've heard, are pretty minor. If you want to check it out, I'll have an affiliate link beneath this video, and if you purchase it through that link, it will send a very teeny tiny commission to the RE Tipster blog, and we obviously appreciate all the support we can get. So that pretty much sums it up for the review. I appreciate you watching, and hopefully I'll talk to you again soon.